Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great week. Just wanted to touch base with you. I want to tell you a story about hearing, from God. Because when you hear from your covenant partner, I highly recommend that you write that stuff down and date it. Because the enemy may try to counteract the actual what you heard the Spirit say. Because when you start to move with direction what the Spirit gave you, then you need to make sure you have your anchor. So I'm gonna give you an example of something that my wife and I went through. So I'm just giving you this as like a real life example. So that's just take it for what it's worth. So, we're in real estate. We're working at a bigger name brokerage, and we felt the Spirit said, hey, it's time for you to open up your own brokerage. So we made that decision. We knew we heard God say it's time to move, so we made that decision. Well, in the transition from going from the one brokerage to our own brokerage, we had about $70,000 in contract or funds to be coming into us. So we did the transfer, ran into our brokerage, and literally within the next 30 days, that 70 grand just started dropping because contracts were being canceled or terminated for whatever reason. And basically all of it disappeared at that time. Now, when you expect income to come in and you start to see income not come in, and then especially when you see everything that you had lined up not come in over those next 30 days, it's not a good feeling. I don't know what else to say. It's just not a good feeling. And then what can happen is that you can lose focus on what your covenant partner shared with you. That's why I'm saying you have to recognize the counterattack that Satan may bring to you. But at the same time, you need to be able to answer that with what you heard your covenant partner share. That's why I highly recommend that you write this stuff down, date it. If you're praying with the different people, whatever you're doing, make sure you have a detailed log, because you're going to have to speak to that situation, because that situation or fear or anxiousness is going to try to get you to come into agreement with it. Now, did it feel good to have that 70 grand disappear? Not at all. But if we didn't know for a fact that God told us, gave us that direction, then we could have been shaken. Now, don't get me wrong, our feelings were, you ever have that moment where you feel like real tight, but you feel that peace on the inside? I mean, that's how it was. So after that 30 days, that 70 grand, it was like literally the next 30 days, 30 or so days, it literally just kind of reappeared. So I wanted to share that with you. So when you guys are pushing forward, taking territory, and you hear what your covenant partner shared with you, and you know that you're in faith, ready to go, write it down, put it down, because the word talks about he has the plans for you. But you also need to be anchored in that plan. And that's why you need that point of contact, is what I truly believe. And then that's why you need to have everything written down, because when you're a king, you're technically decreeing to the counterattack what the truth is and not what it's trying to convince you to agree with. So I want you to think about that when you're moving forward, taking more territory. What, is the enemy trying to bring something to my table that's trying to get me to get into agreement with it and let go what my covenant partner said? Because if that's the case, then you need to make sure you address it as a king seated in your kingdom position that Jesus paid for. You guys be blessed. I really appreciate your guys' time. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.